I don't know who the Dr. Johnson
There's just, it doesn't, I don't see it.
It would be on the front.
Yeah, it would say it right here.
Yeah,
It's
you
not
need to
there.
flip the hard arrow away. You need to flip to the front and see if there's an attorney appearance. No.
No, I just see special APA.
So I don't know who this Dr. Johnson is. And we are all set to go with the first step.
Case number 21S93. People of the state of Michigan versus Dennis Johnson. Mr. Johnson, are you that person?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Thank you. Appearances for the record, starting off with Counsel Shimke.
Yes, good afternoon, Your Honor. Christopher Shemke appearing on behalf of my client. This time, consent the matter being heard via Zoom. As to arraignment, we waive formal reading. My client stands mute. As to his constitutional right, he's been advised. We are prepared to proceed.
Thank you, Counselor. Detective, appearance. for the
Detective
record.
Wojciechowski, Southfield Police, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Dutcher, appearance for the record.
Yes, Stacy Dutcher, pretrial services. And could you say the docket for me one more time, Your Honor, please?
Case number 21S933.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Johnson, can you please state your first, last name, and mailing address for the record?
Dennis Deshaun Johnson. My address is 18050 Murray Hill Street, Detroit, Michigan, 48235.
Thank you. And can you please provide the court with your telephone number and an email address if you have one?
Area code 404-604-8714. Email address Dennis Johnson 310@gmail.com.
Can you please repeat that? The clerk could not hear you.
Dennis Johnson, first name, last name, 310@gmail.com.
Thank you. Mr. Johnson, you're before the court for an arraignment on a misdemeanor matter. You're charged with domestic violence. The maximum possible penalty for this offense is up to 93 days incarceration and or up to a $500 fine. Do you understand the charges against you and the maximum penalty?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Oh, okay. The court will enter a plea of not guilty on your behalf. Your next court date is December 22nd at 10:30 a.m. It will be before Judge Nance and it will be via Zoom. So when you are released, you'll receive a notice to appear, and on the back of the notice to appear, we'll have Judge Nance's meeting ID. You use that meeting ID to log in to your December 22nd Zoom hearing. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, because you're before the court on a misdemeanor charge, you have several basic rights. You have the right to a trial, including a trial by jury when required by law. You have the right to the assistance of an attorney at all proceedings. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer and conviction of the charge offense could result in incarceration, the court will appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Okay, this afternoon you're being represented by MIDC counsel Shimke. Do you intend to retain a lawyer for your upcoming hearing, or do you need the court to appoint counsel for you?
I honestly think I might retain my own lawyer, but if I can, then I'll stick with him. It'll be no problem.
Okay, he's only here for arraignment purposes only. So if you're unable to retain a lawyer by your next hearing, at your next hearing, request the appointment of counsel, okay?
Oh, thank you.
Detective, do you have anything to add with regard to bond?
I defer to pretrial. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Dutcher, as to bond?
Thank you, Your Honor. Stacy Dutcher, Pretrial Services, and you can hear me okay?
I can.
Let's see. I did attempt to get a hold of the alleged victim. I did not speak with her. I did speak with the defendant's mother, Dietrich Johnson. She verified the following: 25-year-old single male. He does have one deceased child. For the past 2 months, he's been residing with the alleged victim at 26520 Berg Road, apartment 609, Southfield, Michigan 48033. The address he gave you is his parents' address. 18050 Murray Hill Street, Detroit, Michigan 48235. That's where he'll be staying while this matter is pending. And I did verify through his mother that he can reside there. He is unemployed, but from time to time works for his father's business. Let's see. He did indicate to me that he's applied for a job at Amazon. He reported having a valid medical marijuana card, denied the use of alcohol or legal drugs, did indicate he suffers from some mental health issues and denied any physical health issues. I have given you a complete copy of his criminal history. He does have a few warrants out there against him, traffic-related misdemeanor warrants out of the 36th District Court. He has a total of 5 warrants out on him. Let's see, pending matters. He does have a pending PPO out of the Third Circuit Court. The alleged victim is a different person from this alleged incident. Also a pending traffic-related misdemeanor out of 36th District Court. He did indicate to me that he is currently on probation, and it's true, he's on probation out of the Wayne, Detroit, Greenfield Probation Office. Discharge date for probation is scheduled for June 30th of 2023. I did reach out to his probation officer and notified her of these new charges. Let's see, the alleged victim is defendant's girlfriend, Kia Gibson. The couple has been dating for at least the past 8 years, and for the past 2 months, they have been residing together. The Berg address is the scene of the alleged incident where the defendant was arrested. This is a misdemeanor assaultive type matter. However, I did put him onto my risk assessment for that reason. Pretrial services respectfully recommend the defendant be released with the following conditions: supervision by pretrial supervision, no drug or alcohol use, not to possess firearms or dangerous weapons, no contact with Kia Gibson or her residence located at 26520 Berg Road, apartment 609, Southfield, Michigan 48033. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Dutcher. Counselor, as to bond?
Your Honor, in the circumstance, I'd ask you to consider that my client does have a strong family support system. He does have a place to stay during the pending case. He indicates that he will comply with any and all terms and conditions that are implemented by this honorable court. It's his hope to get gainful employment as soon as possible. He understands that during the proceeding, he's not to have any contact with the complaining witness, and for those reasons, we respectfully request any leniency that could be applied, especially with the holidays upon us, in regards to his bond. Thank you for that consideration.
Thank you, Counselor. The court takes court takes into consideration the allocation of counsel, the pretrial services report, and the Mr. Johnson's criminal history. The court will note that Mr. Johnson does have a strong family support system. The court also takes into consideration that there's an outstanding PPO. Mr. Johnson's on probation. This is a misdemeanor assaultive matter. There's a current history of failure to appear. There are 3 bench warrants issued for failure to appear in the last year out of 36 District Court. And And so the court has to take into consideration the probability of Mr. Johnson returning, as well as the safety of the community. And so yeah, there's quite a few. There's a show cause hearing, another one scheduled for March 8th. So the court will set the bond at $5,000, 10%. What that means, Mr. Johnson, is that in order to be released, you'll be required to post a minimum of $500. Do you understand the bond the court has set for you?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Okay. The court will add the following conditions to your bond: that you be supervised by pretrial services, that you do not use alcohol and or controlled substances during the pendency of this matter, that you do not possess a firearm or other dangerous weapon, that you have no contact at all with the alleged victim, Kia Gibson, or her residence located at 26520 Berg Road, apartment number 609, Southfield, Michigan. Counsel, I just want to clarify, did your client have an opportunity to, does your client need an opportunity to go back to the residence to remove anything? I understand they were staying together.
Yes, Your Honor, in this
Escort?
circumstance, we would be respectfully requesting one civil standby.
Okay, so the court will also allow Mr. Johnson to go back to the residence one time, accompanied by the Southfield Police Department, to remove anything that he may need from the residence. Do you understand the conditions the court has added to your bond, Mr. Johnson?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Okay, counsel, do you have anything further for the court on behalf of Mr. Johnson?
No, Your Honor.
There being nothing further, Mr. Johnson, you're all set. Good luck and have a great day.
All right, thank you. Appreciate you, Judge.
Thank you,
You're
Judge.
welcome. You guys have a great day.
I did see there was a typo on that report, Your Honor. It should have said that he had 5 prior convictions, but I noticed I didn't put that number on the report. Sorry about that.
Problem. Case number 21S741, people of the state of Michigan versus Meetka Woods Wilking. Mrs. Wilking, are you that person?
Yes,
Okay, and can you please state your first and last name for the record?
Matika Wilkins.
Okay, thank you. Counselor, can you please place your appearance on the record?
Yes, good afternoon, Your Honor. Christopher Shemke, appearing on behalf of my client. At this time, we consent to the matter being heard via Zoom. As to arraignment, we waive formal reading. My client stands mute. She has been advised of her constitutional rights. We are prepared to proceed.
Thank you, counsel. Detective, can you please place your appearance on the record?
Detective Wojciechowski, Southfield Police, Your Honor.
Thank you. And Mr. Dutcher, can you please place your appearance on the record?
Stacy Dutcher, pretrial services.
Provide your full mailing address and telephone number, please. Can you hear me? I think we.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Okay, can you please provide the court with your full mailing address and telephone number?
It's 21205 Virginia Street, Southfield, Michigan, 48076 is the zip code. My phone number is 810-986-7358.
Thank you. And do you have a email address?
It's my first name, Matika 2019@gmail.com.
Thank you. Ms. Wilkins, you're before the court pursuant to a bench warrant where you failed to appear on October 20th, 2021 for an exam. Do you understand the charge?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Okay, your next hearing date is December 20th at 2:30 before Judge Arvant. And it will be via Zoom, so you'll use your meeting, Judge Arvant's meeting ID to log into that Zoom hearing.
Okay.
Okay. Mr. Dutcher, you prepared a pretrial services report?
Yes, I did, Your Honor. Thank you, Stacy Dutcher, Pretrial Services. Defendant declined to interview with me this morning. I did put on my report the alleged victim, Bruce Calhoun. He's also was arrested at the same time she was picked up on this warrant. I said he had a warrant out of 46, but he doesn't. It looks like he was arrested by the narcotic enforcement team. He has pending felony charges, but it doesn't look like they've issued on him yet. I also seen on Mr. Calhoun that they also looks like Southfield is trying to get some child abuse charges on him, but I don't think they issued on that matter either. This defendant, she's 29 years old. Last known address is the address she gave you on Virginia Street in Southfield. That is the address where the alleged victim also resides. I've given you a complete copy of her criminal history. Again, she came into custody on 12/8/2021. She was arrested at 21205 Virginia Street, Southfield, Michigan, which is the address where the alleged victim lives. I did indicate Bruce was also arrested. He's currently in the Oakland County Jail. On this matter, she failed to appear. She was originally arraigned on this matter on 9/27/2021, and then she failed to appear for her next court date. That's why the bench warrant was issued. It doesn't appear that she'll comply with court orders, as when she was arrested at 21205 Virginia Street in Southfield with Bruce Callahan. I see she still has an active injunction order on this matter where it says she can't have any contact with Bruce and or return to the Virginia Street address. Per Clemis, the defendant has numerous assaultive type charges where Bruce Calhoun is listed as the alleged victim. For these reasons, pretrial services respectfully recommend the defendant not be released on her own recognizance. If she's able to postpone, I'll ask for supervision by pretrial supervision, no drug or alcohol use, not to possess firearms or dangerous weapons, no contact with Bruce Calhoun, no return to 21205 Virginia Street in Southfield, Michigan until order of the judge. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Dutcher. Detective, do you have anything further to add for Dr. Bond?
Nothing in addition, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, just want to give you an opportunity.
Thank you.
Counselor Saban?
Your Honor, in this circumstance, I would respectfully request any sort of leniency that could be considered. I am very familiar with this young lady, as I've handled an arraignment for her in the past. I do believe that this is directly correlated with a very toxic relationship in which both of them have found themselves in the system. So if any conditions were to be implemented, I do think a no contact provision should be put in place, but I would ask for any consideration to allow her an opportunity to make a bond and be in full compliance with any and all conditions going forward. Thank you, Judge.
Judge Arvant, the presiding judge over this matter, has set no bond. And so the court will continue Judge Arvant's no bond at this time. Do you understand the bond that has been set by this court and originally set by Judge Arvant, Mrs. Wilkins?
Yes.
Okay. Counselor, do you have anything further for the court on behalf of Mrs. Wilkins?
No, Your Honor.
All right, there being nothing further, you're all set, Mrs. Wilkins. Good luck and have a great day, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good afternoon.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor.
Welcome. You have a great afternoon too, everyone.